right, welcome to Clap and Tap. My name is Mr. Vega, and we're going to be doing lesson number 1, basic rhythms. These rhythms are basic. It's rhythms that we should all know. Some of these rhythms, maybe you know what they look like, but you just never knew the name of them or the official name of them, right? So that's why we're reviewing this, so that we're all on the same page. All right, so basic rhythms. The objective of this is to clap and tap the rhythms in this unit using basic rhythm words and counts, okay? We're going to be using rhythm words and counts. The first one up is a quarter note, all right? It's a quarter note. The first one up is a quarter note. A quarter note has a note head, I could just say dot, with a stem, all right? So a note head with a stem. That's how we know it's a quarter note, all right? Next one is a quarter rest. A quarter rest, I feel like looks like a squiggly line. That's how I remember it. Quarter rest is a squiggly line. All right, next up, whole note. That's pretty easy. It looks like a hole or a donut. Whole rest, this one's a little tricky. Notice that the box here, the little rectangle, is upside down. Okay, here's the straight line, it's hanging upside down. So I kind of think of it like a guy walking and he falls into the hole. All right, a guy is walking and then he, boom, falls into the hole. All right. Next one, half note. Half note, all right? This one here, the note head, if you look at it, it's a circle, right? With a stem. So it's a little different. Look, quarter note, it's colored in, all right? With a stem. This one here, it's not colored in, right? It's a circle with a stem. And the last one in this unit is a half rest. A half rest looks like a hat. So I just call it a hat rest, all right? So let's review. Quarter note, quarter rest, whole note, whole rest, half note, half rest. And our rhythms in this unit will incorporate all those. All right, next up. Our first page here is page number 8. We're going to be looking at these rhythms through the lens of rhythm words. And the reason why we're using rhythm words, I feel, is that most people just understand the placement of the rhythms when they use rhythm words. The rhythm words just make it easier to understand the rhythms, okay? Just a reminder, the way you use this book is if you want a challenge, you read the top here. The top here has absolutely no supports. It's standard notation. All right, so if I look at this, it would be Joe, rest, rest, Joe, rest, Joe, rest, Joe. Right, and I just read the top line, right? But I strongly suggest, unless you know how to do the top line perfectly while tapping your foot, you should use the graphic notation below, because the graphic notation has claps, it has the notes, it has the rhythm words, and it also tells you where you should tap your foot, all right? So let's look at letter A. Letter A. I'm going to do it twice, and then I'm going to ask you to do it. First, it's going to be my turn. 1, 2, my turn. Here it is. Joe, rest, 1, 2, again, go. Joe, rest, rest. Notice for Joe, I clapped. And then for rest, I had my hands open, right? Joe, again, I clapped. I had my hands open. And if you want an extra challenge, which I really strongly suggest you do, is you try to line up your foot with your clap. So notice that this, you tap on the beat as you clap over there. You tap on the beat as you leave your hands open, right? You tap on the beat as you clap again. Whoops. And you tap on the beat as you leave your hands open. All right. Let's have you do it this time. Here we go. So it's your turn. 1, 2, your turn. Here it is. Joe, rest, 1, 2, try again. Go. Joe, rest, Good job. All right, let's move over to letter B. Letter B is the same idea, except that notice you start with your hands open, right? Because it starts with a rest, a quarter rest, which is a squiggly line. All right, I'll model it twice, then I'll ask you to do it. Here we go. 1, 2, my turn. Here it is. Joe, oops, I messed up. 1, 2, ready, here it is. Rest, Joe, 1, 2, again, here we go. Rest, Joe. All right, notice that you still tap on the rest because the beat always stays the same. It doesn't change, all right? It doesn't change. So even though I'm keeping my hands open, I'm still tapping my foot. All right, I'm going to model it one more time before you try it because I also messed up that other time. Here we go. Listen, 1, 2, my turn, last time. Rest, Joe. Now your turn, 2 times. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, Joe, rest, Joe. 1, 2, again, here we go. Rest, Joe, rest, Joe. Good job. All right, now we're going to go to letter C. Letter C. Notice this one also starts with a rest in the beginning, and you tap your foot. Keep your hands open on the rest. I'll model it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, Joe, Joe, Joe. 1, 2, again, here we go. Rest, Joe, Joe, Joe. Now your turn. Ready and go. Rest, Joe, Joe, Joe. 1, 2, your turn again. Rest, Joe, Joe, Joe. Be sure you're tapping your foot, right, as you're going through these exercises. Let's go through A, B, and C. Let's tap A 4 times, no stops. Okay, so we're going to do letter A 4 times in a row, no stops. Letter B 4 times in a row, no stops. Letter C 4 times in a row, no stops. What does that mean? It's going to go like this. I'll show you. Letter A would look like this 4 times in a row. Joe, rest, 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 Joe, rest. Next line, okay? And then there you go, rest, Joe. All right, so here we go. I'll model it, and then it'll be your turn. All right, letter A. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to model it. Just do it with me. Just let's see how it goes. 1, 2, letter A. We're going to go A, B, and C 4 times. 1, 2, ready, and go. Joe, rest, Joe, rest. Joe, rest, Joe, rest. Joe, rest, Joe, rest, Joe, rest, Joe. Next line. Rest, Joe, 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 rest. Next line. Rest, Joe, 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 rest, Joe, 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 rest, Joe, 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 rest, Joe, Joe, Joe. All right? That might have been a little tricky for you, or maybe it was easy with your hands, but maybe it was tricky to add your foot with it. I want you to take the next few minutes here with the timer to practice. All right, take care. Have fun.